what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of
No Plot, All Filler.
And today we're talking about the Crunchyroll Awards that is held the 2023 Crunchyroll. That's crazy. What are you talking about?
Why are you
booing
booing already? We didn't even talk anything.
When we get through it, you'll understand why.
That's crazy. We're going through the 2023 Crunchyroll Awards. We're going to be talking about whether or not the award was deserved, what we think should have been there, and just giving our overall opinions on the Crunchyroll Award. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, what better way to start it than by what was the anime of the year?
The big one.
Before we even look at it, what do you guys think the anime of the year would be just based on what you saw? 2023.
Should we do nominations? Say what they are.
We can say it first.
And then talk
about
it.
All right. So all the nominations, let's take a look at this. Okay, we have Oshino Ko, which is an anime that was like a little bit different, kind of like focused on musical stuff, but there's a lot of plot twists. It was really good. We have Bocchi the Rock, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Vinland Saga, and Jujutsu Kaisen. So those were the nominees. Mm-hmm. Based on that, what do you guys think should have won?
I've only seen 3 of those, and I promise you, the one that won is not the one I would have picked. Let's just say that. Continue.
What?
See, Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga has the best story out of all of them.
Agreed.
Best narrative.
Story-wise,
yeah.
I feel like I agree with you.
I haven't seen all of them, but the 3 that I have seen, which would be JJK, Demon Slayer, and Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga definitely has the best story to all of them. I think the potential with Demon Slayer is crazy. I feel like learning the backstory of the Michael Jackson, everybody calls him.
Michael Jackson's crazy.
Muzan? Yeah, Muzan. Everybody calls him Michael Jackson. Yeah. But like, I'm really intrigued by that. I know a lot of people are annoyed with Demon Slayer, I feel like, in that sense, but I think he's dope. I'm really looking forward to seeing the backstory of that. But in terms of story, out of all of them, JJK is just a bunch of fights, which is good. There is more storyline, and it is interesting. But Vinland Saga out of all those, for me, is what I would have.
Is there an anime on there or an anime that wasn't on there that you think should have been like anime of the year?
Oh, Attack on Titan.
That came out in 2023. Oh, Attack on Titan?
That's wild to me. Honestly, disrespect. Shame on Crunchyroll.
It was the final season. Like, I get it.
Are you kidding me? That's like, they'll never be able to win that award.
The final part of the final season.
You took that away from them.
Season. Yeah, the fact that it was the final season and you didn't at least like nominate them. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Because I promise, and I honestly, and I think it's determined by judges and people that vote for it. Oh, go ahead, Kevin. I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated.
Keep at it. The Attack on Titan got brought up, and I just had to like.
The fact that it wasn't even nominated.
That is kind of wild.
Not nominated. It is. That's it. It'll never be able to be nominated again. But you just said no.
That was pretty wild.
No thanks. We're not going to put one of the greatest animes I've ever seen on there. But it's fine.
So my thing is, I get that. I get everything you're saying. Mm-hmm. It's the final episode of the final season. It should have been on.
I know what you're going to say, so I don't hear it.
But at the same time, there were so many animes that came out with such good content that it's like,
I think the recency bias, like we referred to like at the beginning or like at the last episode, I feel like recency bias a little bit. I mean, you have like these have like 1 or 2 seasons. Like I feel like that's
most of these have only had 1 season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like
Oshinoko, Bocchi the Rock, Chainsaw Man.
I mean, Vinland season 2, like they're all like newer.
Attack on Titan had 4 seasons.
That being said, though, I mean, Kev, you can go on.
I'm in a weird spot.
Yeah,
because I'm surprised Hell's Paradise isn't on this list.
Talk.
I like Hell's Paradise so much more than Chainsaw Man.
Before you even continue that, the fact that Isaac had that energy when you said Hell's Paradise, but then this had none of that with Attack on Titan, actually infuriates me. But go ahead, go and talk about Hell's Paradise. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me defend myself because that's crazy. Attack on Titan is self-explanatory. Hell's Paradise is never talked about, and that pisses me off. Or Hell's Paradise,
it is good
from episode 1. Like seeing the conflict within him, understanding of the character, because like you think he thinks one thing about himself, and then you find out what he really thinks, and it's like, okay,
he didn't even know what he thought.
Right, I'm invested in that, and then like watching the whole season, I'm like, this is tough. Gabi Maro the Hollow is him. So like the fact that it's not even on there for anime of the year, like it kind of hurts me. But like, yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
What you got to say about that?
I was real sad. It's so colorful and vivid, and like a whole new take on anime. It's fresh. It feels good. It's the opposite of Chainsaw Man in a lot of aspects.
Yeah.
And I really, really like that. Like Chainsaw Man, comedic, very like over the top. And then you have Hell's Paradise, which is more dramatic.
I got one
but like
really
right colorful here. Too.
The main character in Chainsaw Man only wants to like touch boobs, but like the main character in Hell's Paradise is like, I'm trying to get back to my wife. Like that's
polar
literal polar. I'm like, I care about this person and who they are as a person versus I just want to touch boobs. Like that's like it's crazy.
Chainsaw Man guy sounds like Sanji.
Genji's on a journey though. That man only wants one set of boobs though. That's it.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
So not quite like Sanji.
Sanji wants them all. No, he wants them all.
Anyway,
continue.
But yeah,
so that's what you feel about Hell's Paradise.
Yeah, I agree. Hell's Paradise should have been on there.
I haven't even finished Hell's Paradise, and I enjoyed it a lot. I literally didn't realize like the paradise was because I was watching with you. I said, was that place they're at where all these weird flipping creatures are coming out of nowhere and people just dying and dying? I was like, oh sheesh. It's a very good show, and I don't even know. I'm probably only like 8 episodes in because I started binging like One Piece and other animes. But I am really intrigued and interested in watching the rest of that show because it definitely seemed interesting. And I like that he didn't. Although I do love training arcs, I love seeing growth from you becoming nothing to something. It's cool that he was already a beast to begin with in the storyline. In order to make the story interesting, it couldn't have been revolved around his growth journey in strength.
Yeah. Oh, he grows. He gets stronger.
I'm sure, obviously, but I'm just saying.
Don't get it twisted, bro.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in that sense, like it was
kind of like
he was packing up.
Anytime that man took his mask up and pulled it up, I was like, here we go.
Yeah, they haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about. It is tough.
I probably have.
So what actually won out of all the nominations was Jujutsu Kaisen.
I was gonna say I don't even think we've announced the winner yet, but yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Right. So there's a lot of people that watch different animes like Hell's Paradise, Heavenly Delusion, Chainsaw Man, Classroom of the Elite, My Hero, One Piece. They see all this stuff and they're like, how does JJK win?
And specifically that is season 2, like the worst of the 2 seasons
of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Do you think it was worse than season 1?
What?
Storyline wise, I think. Storyline wise, I for sure think it was the worst of the 2 seasons. Action wise and animation wise.
Okay. I might be able to agree. I might be able to agree with that. But like
I agree with you.
I think so this is my take on it. Season 1 it needed to happen for season 2 to be great.
Kevin has something to say.
But like season 1,
we're holding over here.
Like he's meeting Itadori, meeting this like simple character that got this insane task to like gather all the fingers of Sukuna to become the vessel to eventually like his goal is to die as Sukuna with all 20 fingers. Like that is just interesting. We're having all this build up, meeting all the side characters and everything.
Happens in season
all of that's great, but nothing happens is crazy because you're watching season 1 and you're like, okay,
explain.
Itadori is cool and we love him, but Gojo is all we care about. Like Gojo is.
Hold on, what did you say? Repeat that phrase again.
So all I'm saying is Itadori is cool, but Gojo is like that. And we want to see. Right. No, we get it.
Who is the main character of this show? Oh, did you think it was Gojo? Did you think it was Gojo?
The main character in this entire season?
I don't even blame you. I don't even blame you for thinking that. Is he the main character? No, he's not the main character.
This is where let me get to my point though.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So that's season 1, which was great building, great. Like just meeting all the characters was fun. Season 2 is like we're letting the main character step into his main character role. Gojo, the guy that's literally in season 2, the world shifted when he was born. What? All of that man that's like that was sealed.
Right.
So he's not able to step in and help. Every other scenario in season 1 is like, okay, this is tough, but if Gojo is there, they win. That's like literally all you see throughout all season 1, even the beginning of season 2. We see throughout season 2, Gojo isn't there, so the main character finally has to step up. We finally get to see the main character have to be that guy, have to be the main character, and he's struggling. It's not like either power of friendship or this,
or his homegirl gets washed
power
up and doesn't have the power up.
All this, you're not seeing that power up. You're seeing a man struggle, trying to this regular guy that happens to have this potential to be a great jiu-jitsu sorcerer have to struggle and become something. That I think is the main point of season 2, and I think that was good. They did good on delivering that point. We finally get to see the main character be the main character. But Kev, what was you about to say about it?
It has the best animation.
Throwing hands.
I'm not saying episode.
I'm not even disagreeing with you.
So
throwing hands.
What was our complaint, Kel?
I'm saying storyline.
Bro, story doesn't matter when you're animating that beautifully.
All anime friends, all our anime fans, Kev says story doesn't matter. So you won't like One Piece.
Animate that beautifully. and the fight scenes are that fluid, I don't.
Dude,
I don't care what the
that
story
was.
is.
I think
I don't care.
when I watched the second season, that was literally my takeaway. I was like, storyline, not really there for me. Fighting, animation, all of that stuff.
Cool.
So so good. Yeah,
I just like
that was my takeaway.
Everything Isaac was saying. I was like, oh wow, yeah, no, that's so true. Why is it that the main characters are the one who had in this universe that the world stopped and shifted when they were born? Why is this some random side character?
That is kind of crazy.
That's wild
it's
to me.
a different take.
That's wild.
I think that's
not random side character. He is the world building side character.
Sure.
He's the one that when you look at his impact on the story, there's no story without Gojo.
Right. And wouldn't that be amazing if there was no story without the main character? Wouldn't that be amazing? If there was no story without Itadori.
But that's like, there's no One Piece without Goldie Roger.
There's no One Piece without the man that asked Goldie Roger the question. If we're being real, if bro didn't say that to bro, none of this would have happened. But no,
it's facts. Yes, but I mean, Goldie Roger is obviously a very pivotal and important character to the show. But like, I feel like not every arc and every story is like
about him.
Is like holding on to like his. Like we're wanting to learn more about what's going on there, but not everything.
It's like
other than the fact that he is the king of the pirates.
It's almost like Gojo's like a savior type character because it's like we might be struggling, we might be afraid, but like Gojo is there to help us. You know, so for him, this is why I think season. This is why
it's definitely a different comparison.
And like, don't get me wrong, I think other anime could have been anime of the year for like 2023, but like that's complex to me. Like this character that can't be beaten is sealed. Now we have to rely on like the second squad, the backup squad, to deal with all that's happening.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like a build. It's like a build-up season to me. I feel like the next season. I feel like the next season might be.
Season 3 will probably be better.
Yeah, that's what
I just want to see it
for season 2.
I feel like in the first season we saw him doing that a lot. Like
I feel like the second season
he was clearly the main character, even though Gojo was coming in these moments and being like a dope side character. The first like 3 episodes of the season 2 was literally Gojo's backstory. Like, and I was like, oh, how he became what he became. And like that's cool, but it just makes you want Gojo to be the main character. I want to know because honestly, hearing like everything that happened about how time stopped or the world shifted when he was born, I was like, oh well, like he's him. He's who I would imagine the main character to be. This is who I want to learn more about now. I forgot about Itadori almost, and I didn't because I love Itadori. But I'm just saying, it's just like I don't know. I feel like there's too much on him, and it's. I mean, I'm right because the fan base likes Gojo more than like Itadori.
That's a fact.
You shouldn't like the.
You know what's crazy?
Like nobody likes Kakashi more than Naruto. I mean, some people do, but like listen, you can say like people like the side characters more than Naruto, but they don't. People like Naruto the most. They like Naruto because of Naruto.
The amount of people that started watching Jujutsu Kaisen.
Well, so no, what you got, Kev?
First,
let's hear it. Let's hear what you have to say. I want to hear you say.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you on that one.
Okay,
sure. Kakashi.
No. Nobody loves Kakashi. They think Kakashi's dope. They don't care about Kakashi's journey. They don't care to see Kakashi get what.
People love Kakashi.
Yeah, we can't.
There's a overwhelming.
You want me to go get the poster?
Nobody said nobody love Kakashi. Nobody's trying to learn more about Kakashi's journey and where he's going to go. All of us want to know what happens in Naruto and Sasuke.
I think
nobody cares to see the growth and journey of Kakashi. Nobody cares.
No, I don't think. I don't know.
To the degree of what you want to see Naruto.
With that statement, but it's like,
bro,
if people don't want to know the growth and journey, but they want to know more about Kakashi, because this is the man of like 1,000 jutsu. This is the man of the Kakashi, the Sharingan that everyone fears. People want to know more about this character. Yeah. Do we need to see him develop? No, we want to find out why he got all these names.
But not if that means you couldn't see Naruto and Sasuke's growth.
No, of course, all of
that's what I'm. That's all I was saying.
If they made an anime and it was just Kakashi and Obito, and that was the team that they're following, I'm there for that. Yeah. I would take that over Naruto.
Depending on how they do it.
Nah, not me.
Kakashi killed his friend.
Talk no Jutsu is so influential. Bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude, that anime might be. Yeah, no,
there might be something.
It would
Kakashi's
be
backstory.
There might be something there.
Okay. So Jujutsu Kaisen won.
Quick recap. Yes or no on Jujutsu Kaisen if you think that it should have won. Quick, just yes or no.
So anime of the year, I think it's not a bad choice. I think it definitely could have won. The fact that like season or not animes that aren't seasonal can't win this award kind of pisses me off because like One Piece is really good. If Naruto was still going on, I feel like that also could have been a thing, or Black Clover if that was still going on.
Yeah.
If it was still going on, it could have been up there, but it wouldn't have been chosen. It's only seasonal animes.
Kind of.
So it's like it's deserving within the seasonal animes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
I can definitely see that being number one.
So yes, but kind of no.
Kind of no, because other
based on the criteria, you're saying yes.
Yes, based on the criteria.
Cool.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah, I just think it should have been AOT for sure.
Okay.
I don't think it should have been JJK.
Yeah, I'm saying based on the season 2, I say no. I'm gonna go with no.
Oh no!
I'm just season 1. I think was better than season 2 in my opinion.
I understand AOT only had like 2 episodes, maybe within the whole year, but it was a finale, and that's one of people's favorite. That's like the introduction to anime for so many people, and it's just like they weren't even nominated, and it should have won just because of what it is, what is brought to anime. That's what I think.
So we got
I understand why it's there.
Oh my gosh!
I would put something else in its spot though.
What's the show? What's the show you would have put in this spot for 2023?
House Paradise.
Okay,
that's my.
Okay, just make sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
We had Vinland Saga too. You said.
Oh, Vinland Saga.
So
and that was
Vinland Saga season 2 was good.
The second season slowed down a little too much as far as combat goes for me personally, but other than that,
honestly, bro, I'm on episode 5 of season 2, and I'm like, yo, first of all,
okay,
R.I.P. to my man.
But at the same time, the complaint with Jujutsu Kaisen is the complete opposite with Vinland Saga. It's like Vinland Saga is all story and development. Like season 2, all story and development.
Maybe
what
we're taking away is that you need a little bit of both. It can't be just one or the other.
Right. And I think that makes probably makes the perfect show.
Yeah,
but like Vinland Saga, the development is crazy in season 2.
Yeah.
So it's like I if that was nominated, anime of the year, I wouldn't complain.
Also, didn't Vinland Saga win something?
Wait, wasn't it nominated?
What was it that
it was nominated? Yeah.
No. Vinland Saga. There was something that was said like it was the best anime of. So what was that thing a while back before we even watched Vinland Saga?
It won something being anime of the year.
Yeah,
it wasn't
Crunchyroll.
It wasn't Crunchyroll, but it was
that other thing. I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember what it was, but
I remember being like, "What is this show?"
Enough people love season 2, and there was a lot of people that hated because the action wasn't the same. But like, if you're watching story and you care about that, season 2 is crazy because seeing Thorfinn season 1 to season 2 is like, whoa,
he's not even the same person,
right? So. We can keep moving on.
Let's go next.
Yeah, so like
JJK.
That's crazy. So best animation. So let's look at the nominees. Nominees were Attack on Titan, the final season, the final chapter special.
We got a little bit of
finally get some respect.
Mob Psycho 100 season 3, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Demon Slayer. Those were all the nominees. Do you think those are well deserved? Should be on the list? Is there anything else you think should be on the list? Me personally, the fact that One Piece isn't on there for best animation for 2023 is crazy. All the fights that happen are insane.
Gear 5 is crazy.
But don't get me wrong, Jujutsu Kaisen should be on there too, and I'm glad it's on there. So
yeah, the whole reason I said that it was a good season was because of the animation.
Oh so yeah,
absolutely deserving of this nomination. Absolutely deserving.
Yeah, it is. Can't deny.
Yeah, you cannot deny the fight scenes in that were.
No, fights. I don't even. Here's the thing. I like JJK.
Yes, same.
I think it's a good show, and I enjoy it. I remember I started watching with you and Art back in Texas. I thought it was a good show. I was like, oh, this is entertaining. I just the hype that it's getting and the level that people are trying to act like it's at, for me, it's not there at all. So I'm like, I like it, and I will continuously watch it. But I'm like, how are we?
I'm curious where it
blows my mind. Yeah, I'm curious to see where it goes. I think it could become really great, especially with what I think they're gonna do with Itadori. But
I think that Mob Psycho is very underrated, especially with animation. It's crazy. I wouldn't put it number 1, although it is crazy. It's good. The art style, people say with One Piece, is different. So I can understand you not thinking that's best animation.
Some people might not like it.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man, crazy animation for the first season. It's animated by MAPPA. It's really good. Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, really good. Attack on Titan was good. I think that if it wasn't the final season, I probably wouldn't think anything crazy of it. Excuse me, I need to drink this. Oh my goodness.
I feel like the final season of Attack on Titan, there's some good crazy fight scenes and stuff in there.
I think it was really good, especially for including all the stuff with Hanj and all that stuff. Like
With
Hanji? before Hanji, before they even went before the episode before they went with Hanji, when I always forget Baldy's name. Connie and Jean were battling the people that were Jaegerists, but used to that was deep. And when they were just
on the dock, are you talking about that? Yes, okay.
That was
yeah.
Everything about those scenes was just we're doing what we think is right. So are they, and they mean it, and they're killing each other. People that were comrades of theirs.
Did that come out last year, or was that the year before?
I think it was just last year. I think.
That was towards
the final season came out November of last year. Did it also come out earlier? There was
more than one episode. There was only one episode. That last one wasn't the only thing that came out in 2023.
So another one came out before,
Yeah, right.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was not just that one thing that year. I don't think so. If I'm wrong,
I don't remember.
Fact check me, but I do not think we got that one. I don't think that one last special was the last episode.
It's beyond me.
Anyways, moving on. Yeah. I think that would definitely qualifies for best animation.
Trigun Stampede. It's kind of the underdog in this bunch, but I think Trigun Stampede could have been it's in the top 3 for this category. In my opinion, for animation style, it's a weird blend of that CGI, but in traditional anime, and modernizing a classic is incredible. They did such a good job with it. Huge fan of everything, just him playing with his glasses, or anytime he fired his one shot, dude, I
heard that was a really good one. I never checked it out, but I heard that was so really good.
So honorable mention over here, we got Trigun Stampede.
Yeah,
everybody check it out.
I feel like Kevin's gonna be the philosopher of anime on this podcast. He's the way he digs touches into glasses and the way
I like it.
Shot. I'm oh shoot,
it's a different take.
I didn't even notice that stuff.
Real talk animation, strictly animation. One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, Hell's Paradise. Because that joke was crazy.
Do we want to announce the winner over here? I don't think we
okay, we'll announce the winner.
Okay. JJK is up there, though.
Heavenly Delusion. That junk, y'all haven't seen it. That junk, every episode was straight peak animation.
That's the thing. We haven't seen some of these. So
right. It was
we'll be honest over here. Yeah,
the winner, though, was Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer season 4, I think, the Swordsmith Village arc. It was good.
One of the weaker, I feel arcs of Demon Slayer, to be honest.
Of all the arcs, it was probably the worst one.
Yeah, that was my least favorite season until the end. The end was good. So, and it
not to say it was bad. Not to say it was bad.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad.
Of the Demon Slayer arcs, I feel like it was one of the lesser ones.
I think, yeah.
And my district's the best arc. Let's be real.
If that was the nomination, 100%, it's a win.
I thought Chandra was literally just going to this Sword Village to be, and it was gonna be a couple episodes. I literally thought that because I didn't read the manga. I still haven't read the manga, but I'm just it's just,
why? Why
is this gonna be a couple episodes, a small little mini arc?
He's gonna go get his new sword.
The whole season was there, and I was like, where are our boys at? And
to be fair, a lot of people that read the manga said this is one of the weaker arcs, but the anime made it 1,000,000 times better, which is crazy. Because
thank God for that, honestly. Because it wasn't bad.
That's the thing about
it was just not the best.
I thought it was a popular anime more than it was a popular manga.
Oh yeah, people hate on the manga for sure.
It ended really strong though.
It did, but with Nezuko and all that stuff.
Oh, that crazy thing with Nezuko.
The fights,
it got us pumped. Oh yeah.
And we got to see the backstory of Muzan for the first time. Yep. He's stupid. For being real, he was really really stupid. But anyways,
so personally of the nominations and of what I've seen, I think JJK wins out of this.
I think it's 100% fair that JJK should have won the animation.
Just
based on the fights, everything.
There was no weird CGI moments like in Demon Slayer.
Yeah,
I'm giving it. This is complete and total bias because I think JJK was actually an amazing CG or animation, but I am picking Attack on Titan for sure.
So we got a little bit of bias over here, but
I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bias.
Yeah.
Just because the caliber of level of shows is just
I'm saying based on what we have for nominations over here. I'm saying
you said Trigon.
I'm going with Trigon.
Okay.
Stampede.
Jujutsu Kaisen as well for me. I think it deserves or One Piece.
It's not on there.
Yeah,
but it's not on there. But based on the ones that were on there, I would say
I picked One Piece too, based off this. Oh, you're not there. I don't want to spoil it.
the amount of matchups. I'm not gonna go hard. I'm just real quick. The amount of matchups there were in 2023 from January to December, There's way more than there were in any other
Zoro
show.
versus King,
I think
Sakai versus Queen, and Luffy versus Kaido, man.
I
Even
think
just
JJK
versus
just
Kaido,
jam packs it all into like 20 episodes, whereas like One Piece is over the course of however many. Yeah. So I think for that reason, maybe. But I get
One Piece would definitely win if it was allowed to be.
Hey, One Piece, like the one thing about them, like with Toei Animation, they like brought in people from different animation studios that work on other stuff. Like they brought people from Cartoon Network,
yeah,
to like work on certain episodes, and it's like, so a lot of people are scared to like switch up to animation. One Piece isn't, but it always works. It's like it's not crazy. It still makes sense.
Well, in a world like One Piece, you can do any of that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter because One Piece is goofy.
They're willing to adapt, which is cool.
Yes, and it worked out so well. So the next topic was best new series that we're going to talk about, and best new series, any show that came out in 2023. So the nominees were Chainsaw Man, Oshino Ko, Hell's Paradise, Bocce the Rock, and Heavenly Delusion.
Chainsaw Man came out last year.
Yeah, earlier, like April last year. Yeah.
Hey, don't forget Psalm 100.
And Zom 100. Oh my god, I have a cookie thing over my thing. I didn't see it. And Zom 100.
See, I've only seen Hell's Paradise, so I picked that one.
So there's a lot of good shows in here. But if I'm being real, just like based on like what I said earlier, Heavenly Delusion, it's a really good story.
There's a Kevin Isaac back and forth right here.
Yep. We're gonna let them go for a minute.
I don't even know if Kev's seen this, but it's like a really good story, and the animation's just so fire. I always love post-apocalyptic type stuff. So this is set
Walking Dead, bro.
This is set in a world where it's like, okay, we're struggling to like live. We're trying to find cans of like beans to eat just to survive. But then there's like two stories being told. There's like a story of the people that are like on the outside struggling, trying to figure out how to survive, and they have their different goals and whatnot. But then there's people that seem like they're in this certain location that's not like 100% confirmed. We don't know where this is, but like they're thriving, they're secluded, they don't know anything about the outside world and being like a post-apocalyptic world. And you're seeing these two stories kind of like come together and like where they meet. And it's such an interesting story because you don't like see a lot of stuff like that in anime. And I was just like, this is really good and like slept on. So for me, for best new series, I probably would pick out of all the nominations,
Over Hell's Paradise?
other than Hell's, it's close. So I was watching those at the same time. But sometimes I was more hyped for Hell's Paradise. Sometimes I was more hyped for Heavenly Delusion. They're both really good. I might, in terms of story, give the edge to Hell's Paradise because I'm more biased towards post-apocalyptic type stuff. That's me.
Hell's Paradise?
Heavenly Delusion. Heavenly Delusion. Sorry, Heavenly Delusion.
You know what's crazy? On a way smaller scale, this is a heartbreak I feel about Naruto and One Piece switch up with Isaac.
Oh my god.
Anyways, continue.
For
That's
me,
so random for you to say. It's just so random for you to.
I haven't seen this Heavenly Delusion, but I've seen Hell's Paradise. And I was like, "Oh, Hell's Paradise is good. It's good. We love it. We love it." And I haven't seen the other one, but he's gonna introduce me to this one, and he's gonna talk about how it was Hell's Paradise, but then this moment came when I was just like, "Oh, I just enjoyed it more."
It went back and forth with the two. I was watching them.
Adaptability.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
They like came out at the same time, and I was watching them like back to back, and I was just like, okay, Hell's Paradise is better this day. Oh wait, Heavenly Delusion. No, that went crazy this episode. Like it's like I don't know.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's fine. All right, continue.
Go ahead, Kev.
all right, my pick here is definitely not the winner, but definitely the one I mentioned before. Zom 100 is probably the best update to zombies that we desperately needed in media. The way they animated and made it colorful and comical and just fun. The zombie apocalypse is just, I just always think Walking Dead every time. And I just think,
it is such a good job. Oh, 100%. It is such a good job of like telling the story.
Like Attack on Titan almost.
Yes, but no. It is such a good job of like the main character.
Get out of here.
They like, it's like he's stuck in this dead end job where he's like struggling, suffering, hates every second of it. And then all of a sudden zombie apocalypse happens and he's over here like hates his life, like almost wants to die. And he's like, zombie apocalypse? I don't have to work anymore. Right? Like
he's most amped up for the zombie apocalypse.
He's hyped. He's like, now I can finally do all the things I ever wanted to do. And he's like trying to. It's Zom 100 because there's like 100 things he wants to like essentially a bucket list.
Yeah, he's
100 things he wants to do in the zombie apocalypse. Before, right,
I kind of like this.
It's amazing. Before he dies.
Me going home tonight. Zom 100.
Right.
Like
it's so cool because this protagonist is just like, I just want to like live life to the fullest during this zombie apocalypse, and you're seeing him like he's having a good time. Other people, you see other people's perspective. They're struggling. They hate life. What's happening? Why is this happening? And then our bros over here like pulling up in a motorcycle, like living life. And it's just like a cool take on that like genre.
Wild. Comparison for how carefree he is, I would put him like he's there with like Luffy almost. Really
honestly,
draw.
He's like a realistic Luffy in that situation.
Yeah. There's the one moment where he sees his boss again.
Yeah.
Spoilers aside.
Yeah.
It's where it gets like dark and heavy again, but for the whole show, he is carefree, just going at it and like having a like. How do you have that much fun during the zombie apocalypse? Like I don't
exactly. I like the take on it.
What does he do?
Exactly. It's a different take on.
I like
the episode. You're gonna like this. The episode where he becomes a superhero as one of his things is probably the funniest episode I've ever seen.
I like that.
Of an anime this year.
Titus is drawn right now.
I'm just trying to figure out what is the day-to-day episode or what the episode by episode like vibe is.
No one
that's exactly it. I think that's why it's drawn me. I want to know what it is.
Real talk. No one has powers. It's like real life. It's like real life, but like he wants to accomplish these things that like sound crazy in a zombie apocalypse, but like he draws people towards him. It's kind of like Luffy. Like he draws people towards him. And like people are like, okay, I was stressed out, I was scared, but like at the same time, why is this guy like so carefree? And why I want to be like that too. It's a really good show. Like don't get me wrong, like I like that a lot.
The way that the main girl in the show is like, oh, you're gonna die in like 5 seconds. Why am I even like talking to you? And like going about her way, and then towards the end of the season is like completely drawn to him as a character, and the way that he impacts the other characters is. It's Luffy-esque. It's
the main girl is literally like the person that survives in a zombie apocalypse. Like she's smart, knows what's happening,
calculated,
pays attention. She's not dumb at all. The main character is like doesn't care about anything, just wants to like live life. But like he ends up doing a lot of cool stuff. Main protagonist moments. It's really cool. So I get why you would put that as best new series.
All right.
I get it.
So did we? So. Who won though? We didn't even.
Between the two, I still pick Heavenly Division. Sorry.
Yeah, but who actually won?
Who actually won was Chainsaw Man.
I was gonna say we gotta come back to.
It's funny that Chainsaw Man wasn't even either of you guys.
Yeah.
It's a great anime. I liked it a lot.
I'm more excited for the future because like it was good. Don't get me wrong, it was a good show. I still want to know more about Makima because she's like Makina or whatever. She's like kind of confusing. Like I'm watching her and she's like working for this like devil destroyer whatever company, but she's giving off evil every time I see her. She's not giving good vibes at all. No. And our main character's like obsessed with her. I'm just like, what is this show? I don't get it. I'm so confused. He's like half devil, half human. It's like I don't get it. But at the same time, it's entertaining and like you're watching the main character. When I first started watching, I was like, this is like the most realistic protagonist ever. He's motivated by like simple things. I want to eat good food and I want to like see boobs. You know, like most simple guy ever. Like I don't care about anything else. I just want to like the basic whatever. And I'm like, real. You know,
sometimes it's the simple things.
It's the simple things. He's not motivated by much. Like other people, I want to be the Pirate King. I want to be Hokage. I want to be this. No, I want to see boobs. I don't want to eat good food. Like. But like you see where he comes from, and you like get it.
Base necessities, yeah. It's
right. So it's interesting. I wouldn't put it as my favorite, but I guess I understand because of where it could go. Why you'd animate it or put it as best new series? But
I want deeper world building for that show.
I think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think you were introduced to a few things that might make you think like, okay, I want to know more about that. But like,
we know what's winning next year in solo leveling.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Solo Leveling's winning.
For sure. I don't even know what else is coming out this year. Solo Leveling is winning best new series. Yeah.
Oh, wait. So this is gonna be tough for me to say, but this year I'm pretty sure we're getting Kaiju number 8.
Oh, I heard that was really good.
I've seen the trailer. It's gonna be in my top 5.
You guys hear Kev? Y'all hear Kev right now? Remember, not even a week ago, Solo Leveling was the best anime of all time, and now he's already betraying
It's
it.
still top 3. It's top 3.
It's going lower though. Just wait till it's top 10. I'm playing.
Okay.
I'm kidding, but anyway.
So the next thing we're talking about is best. The next award was best continuing series, and that's any show that has more than one
I think
season.
we all agree that this answer is just right.
Any show that has more than one season, essentially, that came out in 2023, and the nominees are One Piece, Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, Spy Family, Demon Slayer, and Vinland Saga.
I think these are pretty good nominees.
Yeah, that's harder.
Yeah, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good nomination.
Let me just take JJK out there.
That's crazy. Let me just take JJK out.
Let me finish. Let me take Demon Slayer out there. Let me take Spy Family, whatever that is. Never seen that.
It's good. But
what are you putting in place of all these?
Number one. No. I'm just saying, like, I'm canceling out the ones that I don't want. Okay. The winner for me is One Piece for sure.
So
One Piece for sure.
So I'm looking at all these, and like we already talked about JJK and Attack. Like Attack was good. I think 2 episodes came out last year. The one that came out in April, and then one that came out in November.
Yeah,
and like it's good. And if it came out all in one season, like it should have, it probably would have been better. But like,
I feel like there's not enough to really judge.
Not enough to put it in like best continuing series. JJK, really good, great season 2. Should have came out before because like season 1 came out like 2018, came out in 2023. It's a really good show. Don't get me wrong, that's probably number 2 on the list of things that are here. Spy Family,
number 2.
It's like a good show. You know, it's fun. It's like you're having a good time. It's like me watching Master. Like it's a really good time. It's fun. Is it above the other shows that came out around the same time? Probably not. But I'm having so much fun watching it. Like I'm gonna watch the next episode.
It's a good like slice of life, like anime. Like it's
like that, but there's good action and like you want to know more about the characters. It's interesting. It's kind of like Black Clover, how like people have their own weird gags. Like,
some better than others.
Some are better than others.
My
like, bro that's
Marie.
obsessed with his sister is crazy. Yami always has to poop. Like,
I would take the pooping over the Marie any day.
We all do.
That one dude always has to sleep. Like, they all have their own things. Like
food.
Yeah, Black Clover. They have people like, or not Black Clover.
Charming. Yeah, she always eats food.
Bashel also has their people. But okay, also nominated was Demon Slayer for continuing series, and like. We're talking real. Demon Slayer has been putting out heat for the past like however many years. Season 1 was great. The movie with Rengoku was great. Entertainment District was great. And this last season, like it was good.
Compared to the other ones, it wasn't as good.
It wasn't compared to others, it wasn't like there, but it's still better than probably like a lot of shows that came out, if we're being real.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
really
still
good.
enjoyed it. It was just like it wasn't as good as the previous seasons.
Yeah, comparing it to itself, it wasn't as good. But comparing it to other like animes and stuff, it was probably above a lot of those. Yeah.
And then Vinland Saga. What do you gotta say, Kev? You had a look on your face.
Oh, Demon Slayer. The ending, to me, it kind of pulls it together.
Makes up for it.
I'd say like, it's definitely not the best arc, but I definitely think it is. It's worth this list.
So it's like you're watching.
Oh yeah, I love Demon Slayer, so I agree.
You're watching it, and it's like, okay, mediocre. You expected more. Final episode comes out. I have to know more. It's not just like this is like a good season. I want to know what comes next because it's been so good. You need to know what comes next because of the final episode. So it's like it's really did a really good job of like tying that up at the end.
Well, I mean, there was moments within the whole season that I thought worked because now I'm thinking about it because I remember at the end of it being disappointed with everything except for like the end, and then I realized I don't remember the name of this guy, but the guy who was a Hashira, is that what they're called, or
Hashira,
yeah, the one with the long hair who was annoying, who was being a jerk all the time. He was him, bro.
Hashira.
Not only was he him, bro, like his like realization through Tanjiro, like saying what he said to like open his eyes. I think his memory was lost. He like
you realize why he was the way he was.
Yeah. So I forgot about this part, and that was really good in the show. And the fact that he respected him and like looked up to a guy who he's clearly stronger than in this moment, seemingly, and then like him putting work on these saving the kid and all that stuff. Like those are a lot of really good, solid moments within it. I think it was just kind of. I think they were dragging out the fact that. Like, what number was it that even showed up out of the demons?
The one that he fought? I think it was number.
2 of them.
There's a couple of them. So they were dragging it out because they came up episode 2.
Literally
like,
number 4 and number 5 pulled up.
Yeah, so it was just like
you ready for this? Last season we saw number 6 and Tengen like almost died fighting it.
Yeah.
Then 4 and 5 pull up. What?
Right, and so they bring them at the beginning of the season. It's like, okay, well, they're obviously not going to beat them right away. And if they do, that's like, what? He's not just him like that right now. And then then it's like, okay, well, they dragged that out the whole season. And there were a lot of good moments within it. And I ended up loving the way they wrapped it all up in a bow with Nezuko and realized, like, you know, him thinking she died, but she didn't. Like, all this stuff is crazy. Spoiler alert, sorry. But like, it's like, it was dope. And it ended up being really good. And it meant like whatever's coming next is going to be amazing. So I agree with you with the wrapping up and the really good moments within it. It's still a great season, but like we said, the previous seasons that were just like, and some of the characters that we love this just weren't in the season. It's kind of unfortunate too.
Yeah. So also nominated was Vinland Saga season 2 and One Piece.
I'm not even finished with that, and I flipping love Vinland Saga season 2.
Vinland Saga is great. It's a great show. Season 2, people hate it on. They're like, why am I watching Farm Simulator? Like, what am I doing here? And I'm just like, do we not understand storytelling? Did y'all not watch season 1 and watch the hatred in bro, and then see this and not understand this is peak?
Flip.
Oh my goodness, this is so good.
I would still understand a little bit of irritants, like, because he is going from like out here, like, spoiler alert, like about trying to kill Prince Canute, and then out of nowhere he's like a slave on some farm, and this guy comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, whoa! And obviously years have passed because he looks older, so I'm like, what the heck happened with all this time?
You gotta finish season 2.
I'm not finished season 2, so I will say by the time I'm finished, I'm probably gonna be like, oh, what was I talking about? Because I still even like it where I'm at right now. Even this introduction of Snake,
he's him, bro.
Snake is a beast. I freaking love him, and like all this.
The dub, it's like Zoro's voice actor. So it's
is Snake Zoro?
Zoro, Yami, Piccolo, Vegeta, all I
recognize that. I knew I liked him. See, I think just subconsciously
for the dub, because Kevin doesn't watch dub.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But then
dub life, unless we have to watch sub. Let's go.
The last nominee was One Piece, and the winner was One Piece for best continuing series, and 100% deserved.
Oh yeah,
this show.
You don't got to tell Isaac twice.
So this show. From 1998, bro,
the pause
to 2024, 2023 at this point, is just like, it's so good. And it's like, they never stop pumping the gas. Like, they're pushing the pedal to the metal continuously. It's getting better and better every arc. And like 2023, we see the conclusion of Wano and bro. I'm not going to spoil y'all because I need you guys to experience it in all its glory, but like, all the fights that happen, it's peak. The storytelling, the building that happened from like the beginning to where we're at, the prophecy, essentially, all this stuff happening to like the culmination of Luffy being Luffy, is crazy, and it's well deserved. I honestly think One Piece should have won Anime of the Year, but because only seasonal anime could win it, it didn't. But best continuing. All the other ones that were nominated for like Anime of the Year were on there, but One Piece won. So it's like One Piece should have won it, but anyways, it's so peak. I can't even like.
They were dragging us some Orochi nonsense, though. I'll just say that. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, woo! But it was great. No, it was my thing. I love One Piece. I do, but I be calling them out for all the stuff. I'm like, why? You didn't need to do that. Not like that story time. It's like we already saw that. You gotta show us again because you're trying to fill us some space. Let's go to the next thing, especially since I'm reading the manga now. And I've read Egghead, and now we're in Egghead. And I'm like, why are you stopping right here? Why are you stopping? Show us the next part that I know is about to be there.
One thing about One Piece is they know how to like put 11 chapters of a full chapter episode and add a bunch of filler to make you feel like you watched
you did it.
Watch the full chapter. You did.
But anyways, it's One Piece definitely deserves this in my opinion, and Isaac obviously. But what do you guys think?
I mean, I'm not caught up, but I mean, One Piece always.
The fact that he's where he is. You're in Zoe.
Almost done with Zoe.
Right before
you're in Punk Hazard. Yeah. And I don't know if you agree or not with One Piece winning it, but
you can't disagree with the Pirate King.
So yeah, so that's how good One Piece is. If you're in, they have a few arcs to go, and they're still just like, nah, I can't even argue that. I understand, and that's how dope One Piece is.
Peak.
That's how dope One Piece is right there. Yeah.
I mean, all these other ones are just like looking up at One Piece and like top.
That's real.
That's
real. So the next category was best score, and that's like you guys could take on this one because it's like the best like music.
You guys got this. I'll
Stop it.
I mean,
that's you, Kev.
I think we can go
best, like,
quick
music
a little bit.
I pick AOT.
Yeah.
So okay, let's go over the
it's like
nominees.
Was it even is it a nominee? AOT?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Attack on Titan, Oshinoko, Bocchi the Rock, which is like a show about music.
Okay.
Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, and Suzume.
Doesn't even realize. Was it a nominee, dude?
Didn't even know.
Yeah, okay, we'll just say it right now. But if you ask that
that's
question,
not coming from me.
Attack on Titan won.
Yeah,
But if we're being real, Suzume, the movie, that music in it, the that junk is peak, bro. And I can't even sing or hum like that. But like
that's what I
that
voted
junk,
for. I'm not gonna lie.
Suzume was
You actually voted?
great.
Yeah.
Suzume,
You can vote every day for like 2 weeks leading up to it.
Oh, I promise you, Kev is an op for Attack on Titan. He said, "Don't want them to win."
He's voting for everything.
Anyone but Attack on Titan, we vote for all the other ones.
Suzume was great. Oshinoko was great. But Attack on Titan, bro,
Dude.
their OSTs, their music, bro, like even just like the stuff like with Ervin's speech and all of that leading up to that, all of that music, bro, is so good. It hits so hard. And like, why do I feel like I'm part of the scouts? I feel like I'm riding. Like he's like, my soldiers do not buckle or get over the face with the crew. I'm like, I'm riding with you. I'm there. I'm there. Like,
Dude, I didn't even love the last season, and I still was like in it. But just
I
will say, like,
bro,
the weight that is held with that show compared to other shows, the depth, the what you feel the experiences they're going through are on a deeper, more intense level than a lot of other shows all the time. Like obviously other shows get to that at certain points that are like super more intense and deep. That's just Attack on Titan 24/7 all the way through. And then it just gets worse and worse and worse as it continuously goes in terms of like danger level and depth. And so like all the music that is like representing that is so dramatic and wow.
It makes a show.
So it's like AOC for sure.
I agree. I think we all can agree kind of other than
this.
Kev Vaughn watched
hater.
Other than him.
I mean, it does have a really powerful score. I can't argue that. So
wow.
I understand that it.
Is that a compliment? Is that a compliment from Attack on Titan?
Are you like lit on fire inside?
Yeah, hold on.
That hurt you so much.
I appreciate I appreciate that though.
Your honesty.
You can give credit where it's due.
So the next category was best main character, and the options were.
We're gonna go over this. Like,
let's hear it. Let's hear the options.
The options were Denji from Chainsaw Man, Ittori Goch from Bocchi the Rock, Shigeo from Mob Psycho, Eren Yeager from Attack, and Thorfinn from Attack on Titan. Oh, and Luffy from One Piece. So
just Luffy.
Yeah, just
Luffy. Yeah. Do we have to go over this too hard?
Honestly, it's like normally I'd say like from another anime what I think should be on there, but
go for it.
Is
the one that should be in there is there for me.
Is it over just 2023, right?
Just 2023. Yeah.
It's like obviously I feel like if it's hard to not pick Luffy based literally because of 2023. Like the Awakening, it's hard not to pick him, but then it's also hard not to pick Eren, knowing the thing that he did. And this is a culmination of the whole show in this one moment. This isn't the culmination of the whole show in the one moment for Luffy because there's still so much more to go. This is a huge part of what happened with Luffy. But like,
all right.
But I feel like I still would pick Luffy, but I wouldn't be mad at anyone for picking Eren.
So Eren is tough. Don't get me wrong. Like figuring out everything that he went through in his mind leading up to that moment is crazy. Luffy, though, it's just like Luffy is Luffy no matter what. He's never going to change for anybody. He's him. Nobody can like sway him from his dreams and from his like way of thinking. And it's just like he goes into a country, and I'm like spoilers because you guys aren't there, but he goes into a country and it's like they're suffering. They're struggling under an emperor. They're struggling. And it's like there's prophecy said what's going to happen in 20 years. 20 years have passed. Luffy just shows up because like, you know, he promised a friend that he'd help them. And that's literally just like Luffy. He makes a promise to a friend, he's going to fulfill the promise.
No matter what.
The friend literally does the simplest thing. All right, bro, you want me to free your country? Sure. Like that's Luffy's character. He's like, all right, you scratch my back, you gave me a piece of meat, I'll free your country. That's Luffy, right? Yeah. So he goes there he fulfills prophecy. He does all this crazy stuff without giving as much spoilers as possible. He is him by accomplishing all these goals and fulfilling what was foretold beforehand. And he becomes this great figure that was like that the world was waiting on for the longest time. And it's like, how can you not in 2023 think this is like the best main character there is? He checks all these boxes. He becomes this thing. No one else in 2023 is anything like that. I mean, if you can come up with somebody, I'd love to hear it. But like,
Aaron did the exact same thing for LDL.
Let's pick our who's number 2 on this list, because the winner, you know.
Well, no, I mean, like I agree with Luffy because I just personally think I like Luffy more. But like everything you said, except it's such a darker tone and a more realistic.
Aaron does a lot of the same.
Aaron was not going to pivot from what he believed to be true. Aaron was not going to. He was trying to liberate his people, the people that meant the most to him. Like he did the exact same thing, just in a very Attack on Titan way, darker way. And Luffy would never do the things that Aaron did.
I think that the difference is like obviously it's a different show, but like I think if Luffy's in Aaron's situation and he sees all the potential, whatever that happens because Kevin hasn't seen it and he will watch it. Luffy in that situation, although it's not realistic, it's gonna be like screw all that. I'm gonna find a different way, and he would try to find a way to like.
Right, but that's just not the tone of the show.
Right,
that's the thing. Yeah. That's the difference. Like
it's hard to.
If he was
putting Luffy in Attack on Titan world, just doesn't.
Luffy's like not realistic.
Yeah,
he's what you wish reality could be, but it just can't. Yeah, because there's not another way sometimes, and that's why Aaron is like the realism of Attack on Titan is like this is the only way that it can happen, or the other.
Yeah, so it's like two different types of
freedom. Everyone says that though.
It's two different types of freedom. Luffy accomplishes it one way. And then like
Aaron, Luffy's an optimistic side, and Aaron's a pessimistic side. Or
I was about to say Aaron's more just the
realistic side. Yeah.
But Luffy's like what you want to be.
Luffy's what you want to be. Aaron's just like who you would be.
It's good. Like I think that's kind of a good way to put it.
Attack on Titan did a good job of like capturing human nature.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like
just the realism.
Even just with like Naruto and it's like Itachi and his sacrifice. Most people aren't doing what Itachi did.
No,
we're being real. Most people are like going on and doing the rumble like Aaron did. So it's like I appreciate Aaron and what he was able to do with that because I would probably do the exact same thing. Like if it's like my family, my motherland versus everyone else. If I'm just talking about America versus everyone else, I'm probably gonna sacrifice for America because I don't know anyone anywhere else.
Yeah, it's just
being
real, the realistic way of looking at it.
You know, although I want everyone to be.
You want to wish you would do the right thing for everyone else.
Right.
If it meant your family was gone, but everyone else is okay. You hope that you save billions of people instead of the 20, 30, 40 people you know. But in reality, are you going to choose the ones that you love and the ones that raise you, the ones that you've known, the ones that care about you? You're probably going to pick them 90% of the time.
So who do you choose between Aaron and Luffy?
I pick Luffy because I like Luffy more, but I don't think it's so cut and dry. Luffy's a clear one because everything you said about Luffy, I literally could put in Aaron just in a darker tone. It's just a sadder tone. I don't know.
I feel like it is different though.
It is different. That's why I said it's different.
It's different. Go ahead, Kev.
Oh no, you guys good? Keep going. I'll put my number 2 in here when you guys settle this down.
Only reason
I don't think he's settling.
I just think it's different. Is because like there's other things involved with it. It's not just as simple as like he sees something and he's like, okay, I'm gonna accomplish it. It's like there's this place that's been waiting on something for 20 years. And it's like, they're like, oh, this is gonna happen. People are gonna come to help us. It's gonna happen. And he shows up like on a whim wanting to help a friend. Like he's not thinking I'm gonna fulfill this big thing. He's just like, I'm just gonna be here because my friend wants help.
Right.
Because you're my friend, you helped me out in the past.
Right.
And he like shows up, ends up being this thing, and he's more than that thing. He's more than just what the prophecy foretold. He's what the world needs.
Right.
So it's like that's like it's like different. I don't think Aaron could have been that thing, even if he wanted to be.
The difference is Aaron suffered through. He wasn't Wano. He wasn't Luffy. He was in Wano. He was terrorized by Titans. It was sent to him from Marley. The Eldians have been suffering from this for years, probably longer than 20 years. And it's like, it's not like so it's like the world is different. He's part of the suffering, and then he wants to liberate the sufferers that were within that thing. Like,
it's like some random dude in Wano saying like, I'm gonna free everybody,
but actually doing it.
But
like he does do it. That's where the Luffy aspect of him comes in. He's just not like Luffy at all. It's just the freedom aspect of freeing my people, letting the people that I love be okay, knowing that I can do something to make sure they're fine. That's like Luffy's thing too. So One Piece and Attack on Titan are so different because One Piece is just so. I mean, Attack on Titan has freaking Titans. That's not realistic.
Luffy cares about his crew and the people he's made friends with. Like he didn't care about. Not that he didn't care about a single person in Wano, but like he really only cared about the friends that he made in Wano.
Luffy cares about his own sense of justice.
Right. And his sense of justice, like he's not, like he says time and time again, I'm not a hero. I don't want to be a hero. I care about my homies. Like literally, I spin for my homies.
I thought you said the same thing about Eren.
Right. No, 100%.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like there's many parallels that are very similar, except the shows are so different and the tones are so different that like obviously they're not the same character because we've seen them be completely different. Like you would never watch Attack on Titan with One Piece and be like, oh, it's Luffy and Eren are so similar. Like, but there's more similar between Naruto and Luffy. But it's just like when you look at the moves they made, there are similar moves,
different ways to get there, but similar reasoning, like
reasonings, whatever. Yep. It's. So that's why I wouldn't just say like I pick Luffy because I think just genuinely because I like Luffy more and I love One Piece more. But if you said Attack on Titan and you pick Eren, I know part of me is ever going to be like, how dare you? You're wrong.
It's more real because like realistically, most people aren't going to think there is another way. I'm going to find it no matter what. People are probably just going to be like, this is the easiest way, so I'm going to take that, and that's what Eren did.
Like, because there isn't another. No, because there wasn't another way.
It was literally like it was one or the other.
Well, it was two ways. Yeah, one way.
Right,
like,
it was one or the other.
It's the Itachi thing.
And
you pick your family.
Luffy's like, I don't screw the odds. There is going to be another way, and I'm going to make it.
But in that world, it's allowed.
Right. I mean,
it's
sure.
Not allowed in
sure.
Sure.
Okay, let's move on to the next thing.
Oh, yeah, Kev has something.
Go ahead.
Quick.
Sorry, Kev.
My number 2 isn't even on this list, and I feel I'm a little mad about this that Gabimaru wasn't on this list.
Gabimaru the Hollow, bro. Hell's Paradise.
Character development, power levels there. He's him, and he's not on this list. I'm
100% agree.
I think caught up on that, but based off the list, I'm not that upset about it.
I think that like most shows don't do this. Like the romance, like most shonen, like these kind of shows don't have this, where it's like this man wants one thing, and it's to get back to his wife and like be with her because she made him a better person. So he's like, I don't care what I have to do, I'm gonna get there. But at the same time, he was humanized by his wife because he was a ninja, assassin, whatever, didn't care. He followed orders. He was humanized by his wife, and now all he wants to do is get back to her. Seeing his progress and his development on the island, going from this like scary figure, Gabimaru the Hollow, like, oh, he's hollow inside because he has no emotion. He'll do whatever. People are afraid of him. Seeing he's more than that because of his wife, and he wants to get back to her. That's like such good character development in such a short time. And like the ending is crazy where he ends up, and it pisses me off a little bit. But it's like I think this show is going to be so good, and I think that he's going to become such a like good, well-written character that I can see him being on this list for 2023. 100%.
Personally, if I was going to take character off of here, I can't speak for two of them. I would probably replace Denji with Gabimaru. I know it's probably an unpopular opinion, but
I think Gabimaru's more complex.
I'm not gonna lie to you, my heart was gonna drop if you said Eren after that whole conversation. I was like, "Whoa!"
It's Eren. I didn't want to upset.
He couldn't even do that.
No, I mean you could do whatever you want, but I just been like,
no. I think Gabimaru is more complex than
Denji.
Denji, yeah.
Right.
But best supporting character, I think this is like it's so easy because we even talked about it earlier.
I think we already spoiled it.
So like the options were Satoru Gojo from JJK, Reagan from Mob Psycho, Kana Arima from Oshino Ko, Hanji from Attack on Titan,
love her.
Power from Chainsaw Man, and Suguro Geto from JJK. So the winner, I'm just gonna say it right now,
We already know.
was Satoru Gojo,
As it should be.
which makes perfect sense because, like what we were saying, season 1 and season 2,
I mean, he becomes kind of the main character. Almost.
He is him.
He's basically the main character.
The world changed when he was born. He can essentially do whatever he wants. He's fighting special. When we first were introduced to Jogo, right, the lava dude, we didn't think anything of him.
Yeah.
We thought he was like, a weak spirit.
Yeah.
He is the farthest thing from a weak cursed spirit, but Gojo, because he put so much work on him so early on, we're like, okay, it's really nothing.
Yeah, literally.
Itadori will probably be able to beat him. But in season 2, bro, he speed blitz Nanami, Maki, the what's his face from the Zenin clan, and like it's just easily no problem.
There's levels to this.
There's
I
levels.
thought he was weak as heck.
There's levels to this. He was like that, but Satoru Gojo was so much stronger, so much different. Like the confidence, the swagger he had was so different that it's like, why is he not the main character? Like Titus was saying before.
The character design is brilliant for that though.
Yeah.
It's you have this guy who even looks the part of like not super strong. Like, how is this guy gonna like pull it off?
He's got that cocky swagger. He's just he's the whole package.
Oh yeah, easily Satoru Gojo.
I don't think any of us disagree. Gojo is him. Like he's the one that would clearly.
Don't get me wrong.
One thing that this list makes me think of though is your guys' conversation on like One Piece and comparing Eren Yeager and Luffy. Is Geto and Gojo are that spectrum? They're the opposite sides in the same anime, which I think that lends itself to why JJK is so good.
Honestly, if I'm gonna be real,
Geto's that realism, that like really dark realism, and
Geto, that's his best friend, right?
Geto pissed me off because it's like Gojo was literally after like what's her face died, that was gonna be Tengen's replacement. After she died, Gojo was literally just like, what if we just killed all these people? Like, do they even matter? Geto's the one that's like, no, let's not do that. We're better than that, essentially, right? All that stuff. And then
he said, wait a minute.
Gojo doesn't do it. Gojo doesn't do it. And then he has one conversation with one girl about what's your type. And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah. So essentially, mankind can live without cursed energy because there's one person ever that's been born and what's his face? Toji, that is a beast without cursed energy. Because he finds out that, okay, now I'm going to kill every single person that doesn't have cursed energy so that curses aren't born anymore because that's where they're born from. One conversation changed this man's philosophy from let the strong protect the weak to let me kill the weak so that we don't have to worry about the weak being preyed on anymore. What?
They did a really good job, though,
that's a crazy
of like watching his character
switch up,
drop off. Yeah. Like his mentality switched so like drastically through those episodes. Watching him just kind of sink.
One montage. It was like
a lot of it had to do with Gojo, like also like awakening this power and like being distant from him and like being the star and like I feel like him seeing all that and everything else.
Like, real talk, it was the one guy that was like friends with Nanami that died that pushed him over the edge because it was like he went off on a mission and he didn't come back. He died, and then Geto was trying to get over that, and then he had the conversation with what's her face, and then that was like, okay,
I was like, shut up.
Now I need to kill everyone in order to like accomplish my goal. And now he's calling people monkeys and stuff, which is crazy, bro. Totally flipped from let's protect the weak because we're strong to all the weak need to die. I'm just like, it wasn't bad storytelling. It kind of happened fast to me. It wasn't bad storytelling, but like
I had to explain how he switched up.
It happened in like an episode time span.
Right. I just didn't know Gojo was going to go from like, I don't care about anyone, the strong, and that's that, to like who he is now. I'm going to protect the weak. I feel like that was kind of a weak reasoning just because your friend was just like, okay, we shouldn't do this. And then you're like, okay, you're right. But then your friend switches up and then you're mad at your friend switching. Like, I don't know.
Well, because I feel like Gojo wasn't being completely serious when he said that. He was probably just like saying it playing flippantly. Like, and then when his friend is taking that seriously, he was like, wait, hold on. Whoa, like I'm not actually going to do this. Yeah. That's crazy. And then it's like, whoa, now I have to feel responsibility. Almost like I am responsible for you behaving this way and thinking this way and going this way. So now I have to go 100 times the other direction. Yeah. Possibly,
I get it. So okay, go ahead.
This character, I'm going back to Hell's Paradise again. Sagiri not being on this list makes me very, very upset. The fact that as a developmental character, what she goes through, like she has to kill Gabimaru if he does anything wrong, and her progression to that story is
it's tough because like she went from
another
like
missed opportunity on the list.
She went from the daughter of the head of their clan, the clan that kills people. That's like you shouldn't be doing what you're doing, and people are trying to convince her out of it.
Yeah.
To like where she is by the end of the season, where she's like the first person to learn what you would call it. I forget what it's called. Is it Tao To whatever?
Yeah.
We're able to like actually affect these godlike people. She learned it first, and you're like, okay, crazy, because like they were telling her she shouldn't go to the island in the first place. But then she like develops and learns from Gabimaru, who's like this, wanted criminal, and she becomes this beast of a person. That development is crazy. You see her grow. You see her grow in strength, but also as a person. And she's like understanding Gabimaru more. And it's like it's really cool to see that happen. So I definitely get her being up there for supporting characters. I would definitely not put her over Gojo, only because the importance of Gojo, the fact that he had to be sealed for anything in season 2 to happen, because none of that would have happened if Gojo wasn't sealed. All of it would have been stopped. Like his level of importance on the show is just like it's like night and day. Like no one compares to him.
What name are you taking off this list if you were going to put her on there?
What name am I taking off this list? I mean, in terms of level of importance, probably Power from Chainsaw Man. Because like she's like cool, she's strong, she's funny more than anything else. But like if she wasn't in the show, not much would change. I feel like everything pretty much would have went the exact same way. Like she's cool, but like it's kind of like if Mineta wasn't in the show. Like, yeah, he's a perv and like people are annoyed at him for My Hero, but like give Grape Juice, a sideline, like he's not in it, the show would just be, it would be just as good. That's how I feel about Power. She's nothing crazy, but she has more relevance than Mineta, but like still, she's not that important.
I'm hoping there's more development to come with her, but she's the one I'm taking off the list.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Agreed.
So the next category was Best Action. And just like the nominees, Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War arc. That's the first time Bleach was nominated. And then Demon Slayer and One Piece. Straight up, real talk, if I'm being really real, it's either Bleach or Jujutsu Kaisen. And it's probably Jujutsu Kaisen because there's way more fights. It's like if you want an action anime, it's like
rewind to the first part of this podcast and
I'm just we touched here,
right. Exactly.
The fact that it's the animation action, I feel like
not nonstop action is probably Jujutsu Kaisen. Bleach on the other, like it came back after how many years? I don't even remember how many years, and it came out on some crazy nonsense. Like it was super good, super fun to watch. I loved every second of it, but like Jujutsu Kaisen just had more. It had more in such a short span of time. We're talking straight action anime. Jujutsu Kaisen deserved it.
Yeah, I think it's got to be JJK. There's action 24/7 all the time.
Weren't you guys just talking about One Piece?
I love One Piece.
Yeah, but I'm saying
One Piece had more overall. But if we're talking about like the
compact,
the amount of time it took to get there, it's probably that.
I'm not caught up, but I'm just surprised that you guys didn't mention One Piece as like for best action.
Oh, I think I enjoyed certain fights in One Piece
more than I
enjoyed JJK's fights.
Yeah,
100%. Like Zoro versus King and like Sanji versus Queen.
I think the fights had more
Luffy
meaning.
Versus Kaido, I agree. I like those fights better than JJK, but I think it's also because the depth of those fights held.
Exactly.
And like the choreography for JJK is just like OP, like,
it's like hand-to-hand stuff.
I love hand-to-hand combat, and like seeing that, like it's I feel like other. I don't want to give it to JJK, and not because I don't like hate JJK, but I genuinely love Zoro's fight so much that I'm like, even the animation style with the fight, outside of just like the choreography, it was so cool. It's like hard to want to put anything above it. Even Sanji's fight was dope, and Luffy, obviously. Yeah, Luffy's just a wild thing. Luffy's just a wild.
I feel like there's a clear top two. Probably
it's got to be JJK. Yeah,
I'd agree.
So what do you think?
100%. Yeah, JJK. Yeah. That was my first thing. 100% JJK.
I'd probably say JJK.
Okay, so
for that specific category.
Best drama. So the nominees were Attack on Titan, Oshino Ko,
That's my pick.
Heavenly Delusion, To Your Eternity, such an underrated show, My Happy Marriage, and Vinland Saga Season 2.
Attack on Titan.
So Attack on Titan is like definitely like I can't even argue with
Drama. Yeah, Attack on
But
Titan.
I
like,
feel like we've touched on
To
these
Your
quite a bit.
Eternity is such like a deep show. Have you seen it, Kev? Have you seen To Your Eternity? It's like
I saw the first couple episodes.
there's this like entity that like is guiding this other entity from becoming like literally like a pebble in the ground to enhance its intelligence and like understand the world more so that it can like help the world. And it goes from like a literal pebble to like a wolf to a man, and it understands like the world more and more, learns how to speak. And like it's just like you're seeing this entity grow and like understand the world around him.
Sounds like God.
It's like essentially it's a really cool story. And like seeing his loss, because like he makes such good friends, and you think these friends are gonna last till the end, they die. And like not everyone,
spoilers.
But like, I mean, like
Spoiler.
not everyone, but like a lot of them like die off, and he's like trying to protect them, trying to save them, but he can't do anything because there's these things that want to get him, and they want to hurt him, they want to hurt people around him, and he's just like suffering because he like learned how to enjoy life, and then life's like taken away from him. So like it's such a good like in terms of just drama, this is such a good show. To Your Eternity Season 2, it is really good, and it's underrated. No one talks about it. I think it should be up for discussion. But like Attack on Titan, like final season, final episode.
I mean, you gotta give it.
It had
to him.
Like
it had to win something, right?
it won best score.
Hey, you know what? You need a swift kick in the face for sure.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
So we got Attack on Titan taking the win there. I think.
I'd give it to
I
that.
agree.
I haven't even seen the other shows. Nothing's been Attack on Titan for me. I'll watch them all tonight.
Just watch To Your
Attack on
Eternity.
Titan.
I mean, it's the end. You gotta give it to him, and the drama at the end is.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Top.
So
That ending? You kidding me?
Yeah.
the last topic we're going to talk about tonight is best fantasy. So
Black Clover. I'm playing.
If it came out last
I
year,
know.
yeah.
best fantasies that come out in 2023. Kev, do you want to like point them out?
We got Demon Slayer, Mashle, Ranking of Kings, Hell's Paradise, Mishoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, and The Ancient Magus Bride Season 2.
I've seen 2 of those, so it's between Kevin and Isaac for sure.
I've seen most of these. So I've seen Demon Slayer, Mashle, Ranking of Kings, Hell's Paradise. I've seen all of these. So between all of these, best fantasy, we're talking strictly like fantasy. When I think fantasy, I think mages, I think like warrior, I think that. Based on all of these, I'd probably give it to Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. That like season 1 was so good. Season 2, Core 2 started off hard, but like hard is crazy because bro's like he's struggling with a certain predicament.
For sure.
Bro literally can't get hard. And
Whoa.
that's literally what it is. It's crazy.
Holy.
It's crazy. But anyways, the story itself, it's like this you learn episode 1, season 1. Bro, this loser in another world dies, gets reincarnated into another world where he's given a second chance.
Let's go.
He's given a second chance to become something. He's born as a baby, learns that he can use magic, becomes insane with magic, yada, yada, yada. Like, it's the story of him becoming something, meeting people, him like getting a party. It's like,
It's beautiful.
it's so, I don't know. It's so cool to me seeing him go from season 1 to season 2, him develop as a character. He is a pervert. Not gonna lie. He's really right. He's like
it
a
is
hardcore
one of the most
pervert.
cringy animes.
It's a running theme with
there are
anime,
times where I
swear.
have to
That's what I'm
like
saying.
I
Yeah,
have
Why
to
is that one
stop
pervert
watching.
character?
He's the main character though, so it's like different. But it's like there are scenes that are like, okay, what's
NG
wrong
too,
with
man.
bro? But there's also scenes where it's like the action is so cool, the animation's so flawless that it's like, this is peak. That's all I can say. This is peak. Jobless Reincarnation, I think deserved it, or Mashle. The winner was Demon Slayer.
As it should be.
Which like Demon Slayer is good, but when I think of fantasy anime, I would never think Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
I would think stuff like with that deals a lot more with magic.
It's probably
and,
the fact that there's demons involved in it. That's why it
Yeah,
makes it
I
fantasy.
mean, that's
I,
fantasy.
yeah.
The sword arts are kind of like
Well, that
Fantasy-
too. That too.
fantasy.
magical.
Yeah,
there you go.
it's seemingly like it looks like that. So
You got
I would
fire,
think Black
water,
Clover is
powers,
fantasy,
you know?
like Magic Knights and all that stuff, but definitely I can understand why Demon Slayer is put in that category too.
Hell's Paradise for me is the winner here. Going to a fantasy world, you have ancient Japan that doesn't seem out of the norm, and then they are transported to this island that is pure fantasy, and that is for me that just sums it up. I don't even need to explain anymore.
No, I get
it was really good. Like literally, you're like introduced pretty early on, like episode 1, 2, or 3, one of them, to these like weird giant creatures with like hands in their eyes and like weird things. And you're like, what is happening? They said this was heaven. What's going on? This is not heaven. This is literal hell, right?
So paradise.
Like it was so interesting to see.
Seeing like the trees and the stuff grow out of people.
Yeah, like, bro. People getting bit by bugs and all of a sudden their arm turns.
That was weird.
Like, yeah, it's definitely fantasy, and like I might choose Hell's Paradise.
Demon Slayer for sure. I'm playing. Nah, but
Demon Slayer any other season I would have picked it. This was the weakest season.
That was the last category.
Yeah, that was the last category.
No, I definitely love Demon Slayer. So I like Hell's Paradise, but I haven't finished it. So Demon Slayer is my pick, even though I haven't watched any of the other shows. I do want to watch Mashal though, because you guys are talking about that. But dang, how many categories did we talk about today? I was like,
we talked about
6.
Quite a few.
That was a lot, and we had some good debates. Notably, the Aaron Yeager and Luffy one was crazy. We went on that one for a long time, but it was fun. It was good. It's interesting, and I genuinely stand by. I really believe that a lot of the things were very similar in how they went about it, or what they had to do. Anyways. Thank you guys for tuning so much in. Wow, I can't speak English. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We had so much fun doing this. Make sure to comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys think about.
Yeah, let us know our takes or your takes on all of the categories that we talked about.
Make sure to say L take Kev on Attack on Titan. Make sure to say W take Titus on everything.
That's crazy.
No, seriously. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.